This is my current desk setup and a mini office tour for 2021. It's usually always changing, but as of right now, I think I found something that I kind of like, and so I wanted to share my thoughts and inspiration behind this current setup. This space is actually just one room out of around 4 to 5 different areas of this office space. And so if you want to see a complete office tour in the near future and how I make some of these videos for YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments down below. Of course, before we get into everything, links are in the description down below. None of this is sponsored. These are all items that I've collected over the years. Some I purchased for myself and some that companies have sent out for review. I'll do my best to include nearly everything in this video linked down in that description, but I'll also try to timestamp the video so you can jump around to whatever section you want to look at. So if this looks at all familiar to you, it's because it was inspired by Matthew Encina's video that he posted a long time ago about his setup. I was searching YouTube for some inspiration and I found his video and I really liked it. I borrowed some ideas and sprinkled in some of my own, but you should definitely go check out his channel. He makes incredible videos. The desk itself is actually an L-shaped sit-stand desk from Autonomous. There aren't a ton of nice sit-stand desks out there that come in an L shape that are reasonably priced, but Autonomous checks out all of the boxes. It's very well built and offers plenty of room and depth to fit some of the larger monitors that are out there on your desk. One issue that I currently have with this desk is something is leaving strange marks. I think maybe my Mac Pro, or whenever I kind of slide it out to put something inside or have to fix something, there are these weird little black marks, and white was probably not the best option in terms of not being able to see scuffs, so just keep that in mind if you decide to pick up this desk. You might also be wondering why I'm not showing you the sit-stand portion of this desk. Well, that's because the way my setup is constructed, it would be a very bad idea to raise my desk at all with that shelf hanging above it. Before I put that shelf up, I just wanted an L-shaped desk. It didn't necessarily need to be a sit-stand desk, but I happened to find one anyways that I liked, and so I decided to get that just in case things change and I want to sit or stand. I can assure you it works totally fine. I just unplugged it to avoid any accidents. So the main longer part of my desk is where my main setup lives, the Pro Display XDR and the Mac Pro. I chose to keep the Mac Pro on my desk because I really like the way it looks and I didn't have anything else that I wanted in that space, so I figured why not put the Mac Pro here. This is the base model Mac Pro with a few custom upgrades that I have included on my end, like adding 512 gigs of RAM and 16 terabyte SSD via the PCIe cards. The SSD is what I use to edit videos and store my libraries on, and then I have another PCIe slot used with 32 terabytes of regular hard drives for mass storage. There's a lot of storage going on in this Mac Pro. As I mentioned earlier, I have my computer connected to the Apple Pro Display XDR. It's a fantastic monitor, but obviously there are cheaper monitors out there. That's probably more than enough for 99% of you out there, myself included. Next to the monitor, we have a pair of Yamaha HS5s. These are not traditional desktop speakers. They're actually studio reference monitors that have a very flat sound profile used for utility when producing audio of any kind. Now, I don't mix a lot of music, but with videos, it is important to have clear and consistent audio. But honestly, even though these speakers are not necessarily for media consumption, like just casually listening to music or watching videos, and even though that profile is flat, I still listen to music on this every now and then, and everything sounds incredible. They are by far my favorite monitors that I own, and I absolutely love them. Powering them is the Apollo Twin X interface. This is a fantastic interface for those who not only want to power their monitors, but also for music production with its ports. You have a direct connection for XLR, a direct instrument connection via a 1/4-inch cable, etc. It's very pricey, and there are definitely cheaper options out there, like this Behringer one that I have here, but it's a really quality Thunderbolt 3 interface, and it finally works with Big Sur, and for those of you who owned an M1 machine, that update should be coming soon. On the left end of my desk is the microphone that I'm actually using right now to record this voiceover. This is the Blue Ember microphone. I love it. It's been around for a while and I've used it since day one. It's really awesome, affordable voiceover microphone. I think it's only like $99 and you'll need to plug it in either directly using that direct XLR connection, as I mentioned on the Apollo Twin X or any other interface that you might have, or you can use a USB cable by picking up the Blue Icicle adapter. That converts this mic to a USB mic, which is a really great quick plug and play solution. Also on my desk, I have even more storage. This time it's another 16 terabytes of storage with the LaCie One Big Dock. And I do use this for storage, but not just that, but I also like that it has a dock. It's an easy way for me to connect an SD card, USB ports available for me to plug in my microphone or whatever it might be, and there's even a CFast card reader. A dock is a must-have with this setup, so I can easily access a few ports when I need it, and it's great to have storage too. Sitting on top of my Mac Pro base, there is this little Model 3 Hot Wheel that my wife just bought me for Christmas. For peripherals, we have the Magic Keyboard, Magic Trackpad 2, and my absolute favorite mouse of all time, the Logitech MX Ergo. It's absolutely amazing. I've mentioned this thing a ton, been using it for years, and it's super ergonomic, hence the name, and the trackball is honestly my life now. I don't think I can go back to a regular mouse. I have horrible carpal tunnel for years of being a video editor and just sitting at my desk for 8 to 10 hours a day, and without this mouse, I feel like things would have been a lot worse with my wrists. All of these peripherals are sitting on this really gigantic and cool desk pad from Keysmart. It's really, really, really big, and I can't stress that enough, but I love that it fits everything on it perfectly. It's clean, simple, and has one really cool trick up its sleeve. If you get a USB cable and attach it to the mat, you can actually use the top left spot as a wireless charger for your phone. Now, I don't use it that much because I like a clean look and I don't really need my phone to be charging constantly, but if you want to do that and can figure out a way to get the wire to be hidden, I highly recommend it. Moving on to the shorter portion of the L-shaped desk, this is where I usually have my 12.9-inch iPad Pro or sometimes my M1 MacBook Pro. This is more of the mobile workstation or my script writing area, or just don't want to use my Mac Pro and need to be kind of on the go. I work on this little area here. It's simple and clean for that specific reason. It's sitting on this desk mat thing. I believe the company's called Alvin, judging by the name on it, but I don't really know for sure, but I'll find it in my Amazon orders and again, leave it linked in the description. There are also a few knickknacks on my desk, like these two Office Funko Pop toys of Michael Scott and Jim, a Tommins Pixar looking lamp that I got a while ago, a few desk tray organizers that I believe are from Target, and I just use them to hold a few pens, dongles, SIM card tools, etc. There's also a Google Nest audio speaker to control my smart lights and play some music if I need to, as well as a Nest security camera. I do want to mention one quick thing. Oftentimes I do work with multiple SD cards at one time, and so over on that main part of the L desk, I mounted an Apple SD card reader. I just bought a USB-C male to female cable adapter and then just used some double-sided tape and stuck it right on the bottom of the desk. If you're looking for cable management tips, this video won't be it. I'm not even trying to show you any of my cables because they look terrible and I stopped organizing them because at this point in my life, my setup changes a lot and I don't feel like undoing it and then putting it back up. Above the desk, we have this shelf from IKEA. Now, this was the part that was inspired a lot by Matthew and Sina. That's that video that I mentioned earlier. And again, not sure the name of this, but I'll leave it linked. It's from IKEA, I know that, and it's actually a TV stand that's meant to be wall mounted. I love the look of this, and I have a few different Legos on top of it with a fake plant looking thing. And then inside, it should be used for some really good organizational, system, but it's not. I just have a bunch of random things that I throw in there to reduce clutter on my desk. It looks horrible. I'm sorry that you have to see this. One day I'll figure out a good system like Matthew and Sina does. He's really good at organizing things. I am not. I just want it out of sight, out of mind. The other side of the wall here is where I put up an IKEA pegboard. This pegboard holds a few miscellaneous items that are just small and again, meant to reduce clutter, but also things that I need to access relatively quickly. I like to store headphones up here too, just in case I want to grab them and easily use them. I primarily use the new AirPods Max that are actually sitting on the desk on this cool headphone stand. I also didn't want to store them on the hook because I was worried that the hook would damage the mesh fabric, and so I didn't do that, so I put my Drop Panda headphones back up there instead. The chair that I'm using with this desk setup is the Kin chair from Autonomous. It's pretty good, it's very ergonomical, and it fits my back relatively well. And I'm probably going to look for an upgrade here soon, but as of right now, it's a really good alternative to some of the higher priced chairs that are out on the market. But if you know of a really good chair that you think I should pick up, go ahead and drop a comment down below. And finally, the rest of this room, I'm trying to take up as much space and use as much of this room as possible. It's not a very big room, but I was able to fit a futon in here. It kind of looks ridiculous because, again, it's a small room, but it's nice to have and it looks really nice. It's from Amazon. It's mostly for looks. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, and it's not the best quality, but it gets the job done if I need to sit down on a couch real quick. Also, these lights here are from Target. Again, I'll try to find the links, but they're so old, it might be kind of hard to find. There's also this little drawer thing that's kind of directly behind where I would sit. It matches the IKEA shelf a lot and kind of the overall look of the room, but it's really bad quality. And I mean, once you get it built, if you don't touch it a lot, I guess it's fine. But I also rarely ever open the drawers, so I never notice how bad it is. But when I do open the drawers, which hold some of my extra phones and accessories that I need, it's really bad, so I don't recommend it. I'll leave it linked if you really want it, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. I just kind of like the way it looks. Also, on top of it is this charging station, kind of used to charge all of my review devices and phones that I've had. And if I need them quickly, they're charging here. I'll leave it linked again. Everything will be linked in the description down below. But that's it. This is all of my stuff in my workstation, in my office, or just one part of my office and my main desk setup. Would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you have any pointers? Anything that I could be doing differently, please, please, please let me know down in those comments. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you around in the next video. Not sure the pressure is off. I'm not sure.